Good evening, and we're glad to have you join us on the evening news. I am Olubomi Ajiboye Agbuola. The federal government has developed and issued an insurance guideline to drive the retention of oil sector financial spending in Nigeria and help reverse capital flight. The Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Simbi Wabote, said this while speaking on the topic strengthening Nigerian content implementation with 7 ministerial regulations at the ongoing Nigeria Oil and Gas Conference in Abuja. He said the guideline was in accordance with the law as regards to the insurance of assets and liabilities in the oil and gas industry, sections 49 and 50 of the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act 2010 states the requirements for players in the Nigerian oil and gas activities on the need to engage local insurance companies for insuring their assets, liabilities, among others. Wabote explained that the guideline would also help to create a database of all insurance programs procured by operators, project promoters, alliance partners, and Nigerian indigenous companies to enable the board to monitor utilization of in-country insurance capacity. In another development, Nigerian government has called on President Sissoco Embalo-led new leadership of the Economic Community of West Africa states, alongside a newly composed commission to work harder to resolve lingering issues in the region. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo made the call while speaking with journalists at the end of the 61st Ordinary Session of ECOWAS held in Accra, Ghana. The Vice President said President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana did an excellent job in a very challenging period in the history of ECOWAS. He added that the new leadership will take over and work as hard and perhaps much harder to resolve some of the issues. There are even additional challenges, such as economic challenges, especially with the Russian-Ukraine crisis and economic problems. The Vice President said other issues are the coup that have taken place in the region in the past couple of years, and the new leadership under President Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau is putting more efforts in resolving the issue to restore sanity in the region. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Army has restated its resolve to checkmate the proliferation of small arms and light weapons across the country. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya stated this at a media parley in Owerri as part of activities marking the 2022 Nigerian Army Day celebration. Lieutenant General Yahaya, who expressed worry over the possession of arms by non-state actors and non-licensed individuals, said that the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons was working assiduously to checkmate the menace. He warned financiers of the arms and weapons to desist forthwith or be ready to contend with the army, as the force would leave no stone unturned in fishing them out. Lieutenant General Yahaya listed some of the achievements of the Nigerian Army in the last 1 year, including the return of Nigerians in the northeast to their homes and mass surrender of terrorists and the reopening of all schools in the geopolitical zone, including the Government Girls Secondary School Chibok. Other achievements include the foiling of kidnap plots and other forms of criminal arrangements and improving the welfare and well-being of troops. He therefore called for concerted efforts by Nigerians to report suspected unlawful possession of firearms to the appropriate quarters, adding that the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons is working tirelessly to stem the tide with achieving positive results. The 2022 batch B-Stream 1 core members in Osun State have been charged to not neglect the skills they have garnered during their orientation course in camp and ensure their services to humanity had value to themselves and the society at large. The Director General, NYSC Brigadier General Mohammed Fada, gave the charge at the passing out parade closing ceremony of the camp orientation course of the 2022 batch B-Stream 1 core members in Osun State at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Ede. The NYSC Director General, who was represented by the state coordinator, Mrs. Olayinka Abdulwahab, stated further that it is no doubt that the National Youth Service Corps scheme has awakened the capabilities of Nigerian youths and the onerous task of the nation building with the contribution to the nation's greatness. The NYSC state coordinator noted that the core members should be wary of acts that portray negative image of the NYSC scheme, especially vices which include drug abuse, trafficking, cybercrime, and advanced free fraud, among others. The personal parade closing ceremony of the camp orientation course of the 2022 Batch B Stream 1 core members in Osun State witnessed the inspection of the state coordinator, Mrs. Olayinka Wahab, and the presentation of recommendation letter, followed by the terminal parade, among others. The tenure of no fewer than 20 state resident electoral commissioners will start expiring with effect from tomorrow. Findings by newsmen indicate that many of the regs would retire from the electoral body between July 6 and August as their 5-year tenure winds down. The electoral commissioners were among the 27 officials appointed in 2017 by President Muhammadu Buhari. It was learned that some of them had served their second term and are not eligible for reappointment. The INEC National Electoral Commissioner for Information and Voter Education, Mr. Festus Okoye, confirmed the imminent vacancy in the commission. The Senate is required under Section 154 of the 1999 Constitution to screen those nominated to the positions of INEC National Commissioners and Resident Electoral Commissioners. Those nominated and subsequently confirmed and appointed by the Senate as Resident Electoral Commissioners include Professor Godwis Obioma of Abia, Ibrahim Abdullahi of Adamawa, and Alhaji Ahmad Makama of Bauchi. Others are Dr. Muhammad Isa, Kebbi State, Professor Samuel Egu of Kogi State, Ambassador Rufus Akeju of Lagos State, Professor Mustafa Zubairu, Niger State, Agboke Olaleke of Ogun State, among others. Similarly, traditional rulers under the aegis of Network of Kings from Osun countrysides have unanimously endorsed the candidature of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, saying he is the most qualified among the contestants. The kings lauded the governor for extending and expanding the frontier of socioeconomic and infrastructure development to the grassroots, adding that the monumental achievement of the government had further stimulated the rural economy. Speaking after their meeting with the governor in Osogbo, the chairman board of trustees Network of Kings from Osun countrysides, Oba Adekunle Adeogun Okoye, said the decision to endorse the governor was in view of his prudent tendency, meek character, and administrative acumen in managing the affairs of the state and amid scarce resources. And moving on to sports, the proposed African Super League, which will feature the continent's biggest clubs, will kick off in August next year. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe confirmed that the competition, which prize money is $100 million, will be launched in August this year in Tanzania. Motsepe announced that CAF Executive Committee has resolved to go ahead with the competition, adding that details, including the official name, will be unveiled at the launch event. CAF said the competition would breathe new life into African club competition, adding that the winners and participants of the inaugural African Super League will receive significant prize monies, and the proceeds from the tournament will include substantial solidarity payment to all 54 CAF members associations. It was learned that Eyimba of Aba is among teams expected to feature in the elite league based on continental pedigree. While on the foreign scene, the Democratic Republic of Congo declared its latest Ebola outbreak more than 2 months after the virus re-emerged in the country's northwest. Health authorities in the vast Central African nation declared an epidemic in April in Mbandaka in the northwestern Equator province. The World Health Organization said there were 4 confirmed cases and 1 probable case, all of whom died. The previous outbreak in the forested province from June to November 2020 claimed 55 lives. WHO's Regional Director for Africa, Matshidiso Moeti, said in a statement that the authorities reacted rapidly, limiting the spread of Ebola with a vaccination campaign 4 days after the start of the break. The DRC's latest outbreak marks the 14th since 1976, according to the WHO. 6 of those outbreaks have occurred since 2018. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Join us at 7 for major reports. Good evening.
ìròyìn ìrọ̀lẹ́ là ń mú wá fún yín. Kamil Abdulrahim lóníròyìn yín. Ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ti rọ àwọn adarí tuntun nínú àjọ ECOWAS tí Sèsoso Embalo ń darí rẹ̀ àtàwọn àjọ míì pé kí wọ́n fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láti fi wójútùú sí ìpèníjà tó kojú ẹkùn náà. Igbákejì ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ló pàrọwà yìí lásìkò tó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lópin ìpàdé àjọ ọ̀rẹ́dẹgbẹ́ ECOWAS ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kọkànlélọ́gọ́ta rú ẹ̀ tó wáyé ní Accra ní orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana. Igbákejì ààrẹ sọ pé ìjọba ààrẹ Nana Akufo-Addo torílẹ̀-èdè Ghana ti takuntakun lásìkò tí nǹkan nira nínú ìtàn àjọ ECOWAS. Ó fi kún pé àwọn adarí tuntun yìí yóò túbọ̀ jẹ́ kí nǹkan kó sẹ́nu rẹ̀ sí pẹ̀lú ọ̀nà láti ṣiṣẹ́ kárakára lọ́nà àti yanjú ọ̀kan-ò-jọ̀kan ìpèníjà tájọ náà ń kojú, pàápàá jùlọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wàhálà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin orílẹ̀-èdè Russia àti Ukraine àti ìṣòro ètò ọrọ̀ ajé. Iléeṣẹ́ ológun orílẹ̀-èdè ti sọ pé àwọn ti ṣetán láti palẹ̀ àwọn ìjà olóró tó ti di yẹ́rìyẹ́ lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí mọ́. Olórí àwọn ológun lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí Ọ̀gágun Farouk Yahya ló wòye ọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbi ìpàdé oníròyìn tó wáyé ní Ìwérì tó jára ayẹyẹ àwọn ológun fún tọdún 2022. Ọ̀gágun Yahya ní ó jẹ́ ohun tó yanilẹ́nu pé àwọn tí kò láṣẹ láti lo ìbọn ni wọ́n ń gbébọn rìn káàkiri pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé àjọ tó ń pinwọ́ láwọn yóò ní ìyà tí yóò dópin tí yóò mọ jẹ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n gbé ìbọn náà káàkiri ìyẹ̀rìyẹ̀ lọ́nà àti jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà kó jọba láwùjọ. Ó sì kìlọ̀ fáwọn tó ń sonígbọ̀wọ́ àwọn èèyàn yìí láti jáwọ́ tàbí kí wọ́n fojú winá òfin nítorí iléeṣẹ́ ológun kò ní bọ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́ dìwọ́ láti fi àwọn olubi ẹ̀dá náà sílẹ̀. Ó rọ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà láti máa fi ìròyìn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú kíkẹ́fín ohun ìjà olóró tó wọ́n létí. Olùdarí àgbà àjọ agùnbánirọ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí Ọ̀gágun Mohammed Fada ti gba àwọn agùnbánirọ̀ 2022 batch B stream 1 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun nímọ̀ràn pé kí wọ́n ṣàmúlò gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tí wọ́n ti kọ́ lásìkò ìfinimọ̀lé wọn kí wọ́n sì lo àkókò ìsọ̀rúlù wọn láti fi kópa tó jọjú láwùjọ. Ọ̀gágun Mohammed Fada gbámọ̀ràn yìí kalẹ̀ lásìkò tí wọ́n parí ètò ìfinimọ̀lé wọn níbùdó àwọn agùnbánirọ̀ tó wà nílùú Ẹdẹ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ó olùdarí àgbà àjọ àgùnbánirọ̀ ẹni tí alámòjútó àjọ náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun arábìnrin Ọláyínká Abdulwahab sojú fún fi kún pé kì í ṣe àsọdùn rárá pé ètò àgùnbánirọ̀ ti máa yípadà bá ìgbé ayé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àti ìṣọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀. Alámòjútó àjọ àgùnbánirọ̀ ń ṣàlàyé nípa bó ti ṣe pàtàkì tó fáwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ láti takété sí gbogbo ohun tó bá lè tàbùkù àjọ NYSC, pàápàá jùlọ ìwà àbàjẹ́ níbi tá a ti rí ìlòkulò oògùn olóró, ìwà lílu jìbìtì lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára àtàwọn ìwà àbàjẹ́ míì. Níbi àṣekágbá ètò ìfinimọ́lé àwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ náà ni arábìnrin Abdulwahab Ọláyínká ti wo bí àwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ náà ṣe yan bí ológun sí àti bó ṣe fáwọn tó ṣe dáadáa nínú ètò náà lẹ́bùn àtàwọn ètò míì. Ó kéré tán ogún àwọn ọ̀gá àjọ elétò ìdìbò ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ látọ̀la lọ. Ìwádìí àwọn oníròyìn fi hàn pé ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọ̀gá àjọ elétò ìdìbò ni wọ́n fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ àjọ elétò ìdìbò ilẹ̀ yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀la lọ títí di oṣù kẹjọ ọdún yìí lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti lo ọdún 5 nípò tí wọ́n dì mú. Lára àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ̀yìntì náà láti rí àwọn 17 táàrẹ Muhammadu Buhari forúkọ wọn sọwọ́ lọ́dún 2017. Ìròyìn fi hàn pé ọ̀pọ̀ nínú wọn ni wọ́n ti lo ipò náà fún sáà méjì tí kò sì bófin mu pé kí wọ́n tún yàn wọ́n sípò ọ̀hún padà. Ọ̀gá àjọ elétò ìdìbò tó wà fétò ìròyìn àti ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ àwọn olùdìbò Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Festus Okoye fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ nípa pé láìpẹ́ làwọn ààyè ipò àwọn ọ̀gá àjọ náà yóò ṣí sílẹ̀. Lábẹ́ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, ilé aṣòfin àgbà ló láṣẹ láti ṣàbẹ̀wò fáwọn táàrẹ bá yàn fún ipò ọ̀gá àjọ elétò ìdìbò ilẹ̀ yìí àtàwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá míì nínú àjọ ọ̀hún. Lẹ́yìn táàrẹ bá forúkọ wọn sọwọ́ tán, nílé aṣòfin àgbà yóò ṣàyẹ̀wò àti fífi òlùlù èèyàn sípò ọ̀hún. Lára àwọn èèyàn náà láti rí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Godswill Obioma láti ìpínlẹ̀ Abia, Ibrahim Abdullahi láti Adamawa, Alhaji Ahmad Makama láti Bauchi. Àwọn yòókù ní ọ̀mọ̀wé Mahmuda Isa láti ìpínlẹ̀ Kebbi, ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Samuel Egu ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi, Ambassador Rufus Akeju láti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Mustapha Sobair láti ìpínlẹ̀ Niger, Agbókè Ọlálékè ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn àti àwọn míì. Ikọ̀ àwọn orí adé kan nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti fìdí àtìlẹ́yìn wọn múlẹ̀ fún gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá lórí àwíjàre pé òun ló kúnjú òṣùwọ̀n jù nínú gbogbo àwọn tó ń dupò gómìnà ọ̀hún. Àwọn orí adé náà gbóṣùbà fún àwọn iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè tíjọba gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ti ṣe sáwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ti máa yípadà bí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé lẹ́sẹ̀ kùkú. Nígbà tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìpàdé tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú gómìnà nílùú Òṣogbo, alága ìgbìmọ̀ mọ́jìọ́bàjẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn orí adé náà Ọba Adékúnlé Adéògún Òkòyí ṣàlàyé pé ìpinnu àwọn láti gbárùkù ti gómìnà kò sẹ́yìn ìṣọwọ́ṣe rẹ̀. Ọba Òkòyí tí ṣe burú ti bá fi kún ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ pé àwọn ètò amáyédẹrùn tí gómìnà ń ṣe ló jẹ́ káwọn orí adé yíká ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún un. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ló ti fẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sáwọn ọba àlàyé ọ̀hún fún àtìlẹ́yìn tí wọ́n fún un àti bí wọ́n ṣe mọrírì iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè tíjọba rẹ̀ ń ṣe. Lóṣù kẹjọ ọdún tó ń bọ̀ nídíje àwọn ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó dáńtọ́ jùlọ nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà yóò gbéra sọ. Adarí àjọ CAF wá fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé àwọn yóò ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìdíje náà lóṣù kẹjọ ọdún tá a wà yìí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Tanzania pẹ̀lú àfikún pé ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó bá gbégbá orókè níbi ìdíje náà yóò gba owó tó tó mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà $100. Mosepe fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ìgbìmọ̀ àjọ CAF ti buwọ́lu ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìdíje náà. Ó wá sí lálàyé pé àjọ ọ̀hún yóò sísọ lójú orúkọ àwọn ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù tí yóò kópa nínú ìdíje ọ̀hún. Àjọ tó mójútó ìdíje eré ìdárayá nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà sọ pé ìdíje náà yóò mú àrà ọ̀tun báwọn ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà. Ó wá jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé ẹ̀bùn bàǹtàbàǹtà wà fún ikọ̀ tó bá gbégbá orókè nínú ikọ̀ àwọn 54 tí yóò kópa níbi ìdíje ọ̀hún. Ìyìnbá ti ìlú Aba nírètí wà pé yóò jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù tí yóò kópa nínú ìdíje ọ̀hún. Orílẹ̀-èdè Democratic Republic of Congo ti kéde pé àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn Ebola tó bẹ́ sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn oṣù méjì tún ti ṣẹ́yọ padà lápá ìlà oòrùn àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìlera lórílẹ̀-èdè náà ti kọ́kọ́ kéde pé àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn náà bẹ́ sílẹ̀ lóṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí ní Badaka. àjọ elétò ìlera lágbàáyé sọ pé èèyàn 4 níwádìí fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé wọ́n ti fara káásá àrùn náà tí èèyàn kan sì dágbére fáyé. Irú àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn Ebola ọ̀hún tó wáyé gbẹ̀yìn láàrin oṣù kẹfà sí oṣù kọkànlá ọdún 2020 ló rán èèyàn 15 lọ sọ́run. Olùdarí ètò ìlera àjọ elétò ìlera lágbàáyé lẹ́kùn ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà Mashido Moeti ló sọ èyí di mímọ̀ nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó sọ pé àwọn aláṣẹ àjọ elétò ìlera ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ láti fi dẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn náà pẹ̀lú ìpèsè abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ 4 tárùn ọ̀hún bẹ́ sílẹ̀. Ìròyìn ìrọ̀lẹ́ wa fún ti tàkókò yìí kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ìpàdé wa láago 8 àbálẹ̀ nígbà táwọn mú àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn wá fún yín. Títí ìgbà náà ẹ kú ojú lọ́nà.
It is our duty that we owe to our great dear motherland to enhance her and to boost her in the eyes of all the world. Egalitarianism is our national watchword. Equality of good fortune must be to each sure reward.